Perseverance is failing 19 times and succeeding the 20th. Julie Andrews. My friends, markets are closed today for President Carter's funeral, a national day of mourning. But guess what? Bitcoin and Ethereum are still being traded, and we'll look at the 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin chart, tell you what happened when the markets were closed, and what we'll probably see when things open tomorrow, unless a lot happens overnight. Now, this chart that we're using, you can find it there at TradingView, BTC-USD, Bitcoin US dollar, and it's through Bitstamp. As we look at the 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin chart, you can see how things have been moving throughout the course of this week on both the 2-day, the 195-minute chart, and the weekly. The weekly is a red doji right here, just pushing through that prior trend line, just sitting above it. We look at where we are on the 2-day. It, of course, has pushed through. This is the first day of the latest 2-day candle on this chart, the 24-hour-a-day chart. It's actually a day off of our ETFs that we track on a daily basis. This actually would have closed the 2-day candle. But as we look at things, we see that, again, we're pushing back through that trend line after we had those 2 days of up movement, a doji for the Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the Thursday pushing down. You can see all the average volume for the last, since early this morning on Thursday, a doji at the 8 p.m. 195-minute chart, the 11:15. That was the 8 a.m., the 11:15 a.m., another doji, and then the strong down move starting in the afternoon at 14:30. That is 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. Right now, Bitcoin down 3.03%. You can see, again, where we look okay with volume on the 2-day, strong volume on the half-day. But look at that weekly. We are weak on the volume, which again shows us that there's not a lot of buy-in, particularly with this doji here too. Just not a lot of buy-in. Not a lot of buy-in at all from anybody. Now, with the big run-up we had on that week on the 16th of December, where Bitcoin reached its high of highs at $108,364. There's people that are taking profits. There's just the digestion of this huge move up, through the Trump election, and then sort of the slowing down as we ended the year and as we come into the new year. But extreme indecision in Bitcoin right now, tending down from these last 2 weeks and the interim high. Well, the high of highs, actually. Now, Ethereum. This is the Ethereum 24-hour-a-day chart. You can see where it started rocketing down at 9:30 a.m. on the 195-minute chart. You see, similar to Bitcoin, a red down candle on the 2-day chart pushing through. Not a lot of volume there. You can see not a lot of volume over the last 3 weeks. You had a doji with extreme indecision. Lots of volume back on that week where Bitcoin hit its high of highs. Then a strong red down candle Christmas week. Red spinning top, New Year's week, and then this new week, we see even more indecision, but no volume to really back that up. So lackadaisical after all those weeks of strong up movement. Overall, in both these charts, we have a push to the downside. So we will keep an eye on things, see when these set themselves back up to run again. But again, just watch as we continue. And, I'm trying to figure out what to do with see how crappy this is? I'm just going to leave. I'm just going to leave it in the up direction. There's no real way to draw any down candle here at all. And a down candle that goes up, that doesn't help you at all, but it does tell you something, doesn't it? That there is no really defined down move, sort of a digestion after all the run up. So a big question here as to where these are going to go, but a pail of downward pressure. Now, don't forget, this is a really cool thing. when you short, you want to short Bitcoin, something you can practice trade on. I've done this with real money. I'm in no way telling you to do this at all with real money, but I've had some success in riding Bitcoin down when it rolls over. You can see how liquid this is. Check it out. 23.72 to buy or sell. That's beautiful. And again, just something for you to have. BITI. You could practice trade this to your heart's delight when you feel like there's a strong down push in Bitcoin. You can see on here, there's not. It's been languishing around this bottom here for the last several weeks on this Bitcoin short ETF. And Bitwise, let me find Bitwise for you. We keep that in a different place. Let me see here. Here we go. Here's Bitwise. Wanted you to see that also. Now, it wasn't traded today because it's an ETF, but you can see where it has been going down. This is indeed this is the 195-minute chart, but it is truly a half-day chart because this is a market-traded, an exchange-traded fund. It is not a 24-hour-a-day fund, but you can see where it's been going down the last 3 days with the strong down moves in Bitcoin and Ethereum. Remember, Bitwise is what? It's the top 10 cryptocurrencies weighted as per market share. I would sure expect that to move further down in the morning unless overnight Bitcoin and Ethereum gain a whole lot. You can see also on Tuesday, you can see we have a weekly trend line. You can see we don't have a lot of volume there on the half day, on the 2-day or the weekly chart. Decent as we ended the day on Wednesday as far as volume goes. It went up to average. So again, Bitwise is a cool thing to look at because it does give you some feel, a little bit of a feel as to the overall market when it comes to the top 10 cryptocurrencies, always remembering that Bitcoin is the really, really, really big dog there, followed by Ethereum. That is where we are on a day where the markets are closed, but we can still look at some cryptocurrencies to give you something to look, hope, and dream at. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth.